think about the potential risks of this technology, of these technologies? What changes could emerge that we look at as a damaging innovation? We think of innovation, we have so many positive associations with innovation, but if we thought of like processed food, was that a good innovation? So what are the risks of CRISPR, of gene editing, of getting into these ingredients of life and being able to alter them?
Yeah, well, I do tend to think, just full disclosure, right? I tend to be kind of think about the positive impact of things, and I think the world generally tends to underestimate how much value we can create relative to the status quo. So that tends to be my mindset. But to your question, yeah. So there's definitely things that we should be watching. I mean, again, we're in a pandemic right now. You can imagine artificial examples of that. Like in the future, people could develop viruses and biological agents that, in principle, can be pretty scary. um, I think a lot of it, a lot of the answer is actually, again, developing technology that can anticipate that and counteract that in a sense. But yeah, now you definitely, there's risks associated with that. Gene editing, at this stage, we're still, reasonably far from it becoming, it's not an immediate concern right now because the technology is not far enough certainly to insert into humans. And I think the initial applications of it are going to be certainly, I think, unambiguously benign, like fixing inherited diseases and just the sort of taking out this really horrible sort of afflictions that people can be born with. As you start thinking about, again, designer babies, that gets into a little bit, those are social questions, and we definitely need to kind of think about them on a policy level, where any given individual's decision might not be in the best interest of of society. Um, I I tend to think that we should be generally on kind of err on the side of letting individuals have their choice, but definitely something that we have to be very thoughtful about and careful thinking through. I think those are kind of the main worries that I have. I think I think it's much more symmetric, like figuring out cures for these diseases, especially as you think, well, certainly in the developed world, but like we talked about cancer and neurodegeneration and some other things, also in the developing world. I mean, there's a huge potential to just lift so many people out of misery. And I'd like for the focus to be there.